Welcome again to my channel. This is Trev from Trevessence, and today I'm going to bring you a few news stories that are ruling the airways at the moment. But before we do that, if you're new here, a very special welcome to you. Thank you so much for coming. And if you're a returning traveler, I want to say thank you for your continued support. Good morning again, guys. I am here. We are going to be doing some news stories this morning. And one of the first news stories I'm going to talk about, for some reason, I I kind of went over into the political side because I thought it was so hilarious. And so I decided that I was going to step on over there and share it with you. You know, normally I don't do politics, but this morning I just could not resist the temptation. I just had to get on over here. And the first person we're going to talk about in politics this morning is George Santos. For those of you who don't know who George Santos is the the former US congressman who was recently kicked out of Congress for several things, for lying to Congress, for misuse of campaign funds, doing just too much. You know, he had claimed to have graduated from Baruch College when in fact he had never graduated from a college at all. He thought he could just say, "Oh, I just embellished my resume," and like that was okay. He claimed to have been Jewish and that his grandparents were part of the Holocaust. They were victims of the Holocaust and they had somehow managed to get to Brazil. That was determined to have been a lie. Then he went about and he said, "Oh, well, I learned that my mother's side of the family was part Jewish. So I didn't say I was Jewish. I said I was Jewish." Now, what kind of cockaboola nonsense is that? That George Santos could come out, somebody who was chosen by the people, voted for by the people to represent the people in the third district of New York, will come out and say such nonsense and come up with such blatant lies and then expect people to just say, "Oh, well, everybody lies," and continue to support him? Well, Congress took a vote and they decided eventually that they were going to kick him out. He does not fit the bill. And so they did. They kicked him out of Congress, walked him out in the middle of the night, took down his name off the door in the middle of the night, and his seat has been left vacant since then. They're desperately trying to refill this seat, but I saw a news article this morning that said that they had picked somebody who was like an Israeli American. I'm not sure. I haven't read the full details of it yet, so I can't share that with you yet. But he was kicked out for using campaign funds as well for his Botox and plastic surgery and all kinds of things. This guy is only 35 years old. Why you think he need all this Botox? But as soon as you look at him, you can see that he did something like to his lips and his cheeks and his forehead. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point I'm trying to make today is that since Santos has been kicked out of politics or out of Congress, he has decided that he's not going alone. You know, they say in Jamaica, teeth are like the teeth with long bag. Well, well, Santos is not going quietly. He has vowed to take down just about everybody on whom he has dirt. Everybody in Congress, Santos is going to spill your dark, deep secret. So if you know that he has some secret for you, you're going to have to pony up. You're going to have to do something about it so that he does not come out on X. Now you all know X was formerly Twitter, right? So now it's called X, and the posts over there are no longer called tweets. They are called what? Extensions, exterminations, X something. I'm not sure, but they're called X something. So he is over there threatening to spill the beans on just about everybody. He's going to tell all that he knows and who is participating in insider trading, and who is using campaign funds illegally, and who is double dipping, where some politicians, they have their own private companies, and so they are signing on for contracts for these companies while trying to hide their hands. They don't want everybody to know that the company really belongs to them, because it would be illegal for them to you know encourage a contract that they have significant interest in. And so Santos has decided, hey, you think you're going to kick me out? You all think I'm done here? I ain't going without a fight. So I'm going to show you just about 4 tweets that Santos has made against his colleagues in Congress. And he is not joking. I mean, these people who have been held in high regards can just show their hand. One little thing, and it will show their hand and show how really terrible of a human being they really are. So here, this is one of his tweets here, people. This one, he says, let's talk about hypocrisy. Can someone ask Nicole Maliostock tips? When did she become a savant in stock trading? No, this is one of his former colleagues. So he is determined. Okay, I'll call that. He is determined to bring everybody down with him. He says, the signature bank trades she did reeks of insider trading, much like Paul Pelosi's every trade. Nicole is in it for herself. Just look at her record and it speaks for itself. Nicole Maliostock Tips is a dirty, dishonorable swamp creature selling the American people down a river for her own benefits. He went on to tag her. He says, the difference between you and I is that I don't live in denial. I'm a proud gay man and I'm not afraid to say it. OMG. This Santos is really something else. So here he has called out Nicole Maliostock Tips. He has called her out because, he says he's going to bring out the tea on just about everybody. So this is the first person here that he is exposing or trying to expose. Now leave it to Santos. He will do just about anything. This is another of his tweets. They're not tweets anymore because it's not Twitter anymore. Another of his, I'm gonna call them excavations. that's what I'm gonna call them, because they're over there on X. So these are for me excavations. He says, Monday, I will be filing an official complaint with the Office of Congressional Ethics against Nicole Maliostock Tips. That's the same person he's talking about. And Maliotakis, that's the person he's talking about, regarding her questionable stock trading since joining the Ways and Means Committee this Congress. Before joining the committee, the Congresswoman didn't have an active trading habit or a high volume stake. The question is, what set of information is she trading with? Now, here, Santos is really showing himself. He is not going to back down. He wants to show just about everybody everything he knows. And that would probably be a good thing, because any secrets that he has that he's willing to post online, to excavate and let us all know about them, maybe the opposing party could use that information if Santos can provide evidence of the things that he's saying. You never know. Sometimes, you use your mouth to write a check that you're behind cash, and sometimes you say things and you think that you are hurting somebody else when in fact you're hurting yourself. My grandmother would say, if you want to dig a pit for somebody, make sure you dig two. one for you and one for the other person. Santos ain't ever heard those things. We don't have the same grandmother, so he has never heard those things that you can't go around just be digging pits for people. You can go around embellishing your resume, making up stories and telling lies. But anyway, this is his mode of conduct. Let us continue because he's not done yet, guys. He's just starting. He's just getting started. Look at this one here. He says, he continues to say, he says, on Monday, I will be filing an ethics complaint against this is Representative Mike Lawler, for questionable campaign finance violations. Now you see this. They caught Santos they charged him with campaign finance violations. Now it's almost like he's saying, well, it's not me alone. I'm not the only one who does it. Others have done it too, but they have come for only me. So guess what? I'm going to bring up the dirt on everybody so they can come for everybody. What's wrong with this man? He says, Congressman Lawler owns portion of Checkmate Strategies, and he uses the same firm that he is a beneficiary of, to pay for service related to his campaign. Now, you all know that that is considered to be illegal. As I had said before, if you own a company, you can't go in Congress and advocate for that company. You can't to get a contract, especially a government contract. You can't do that. That is illegal. That is sort of monopolizing the game, and that is not allowed. So here Santos is calling out Mike Lawler as being guilty of that. Santos is not stopping. The concerning questions are, is Mr. Lawler engaging in laundering money from his campaign to his firm, then into his own pocket? I will let the Office of Congressional Ethics be the judge of that. Santos is bringing everybody down with him. So, anybody in Congress, if you're listening, if you know Santos has dirt on you, you better reach out to him and see whatever deal you can make with him. And talking about deals with Santos, this is his another excavation from him. This is the fourth one, the last one that I was able to come across, because I cannot follow George Santos all over the place. He's on Cameo, he is on Exterminator, he's asking people to pay him to send out greetings for them on the website Cameo. And boy, are people flocking to the site to hear George Santos send out greetings for them. I was listening to a news report last evening, and it said on Cameo, George Santos in 48 hours has made more than $178,000, and $174,000, I believe, was his yearly salary in Congress. So if he was able to make that in less than 48 hours over there on Cameo, then it might be a good thing for him that he was kicked out of Congress, because he's probably doing better than he was doing over there. So, so here is the fourth excavation that he did over there on X. He said on Monday, everything Santos does is done on a Monday. I don't know what's the significance of Monday, but he had done all these tweets on the second anyway. And Monday would have been last week, Monday the 4th. So he says, on Monday the 3rd, ethics report I'll be admitting to the Office of Congressional Ethics is on at Representative Al-Ota. It has been raised in the local media that Congressman Lalota obtained his JD, that's his doctorate in justice. Like, the JD is your doctorate in the law. So he said Congressman Lalota obtained his JD attending Hofstra in day school while he was supposed to be working at the Board of Elections at the same time. So here, George Santos is accusing Congressman Lolota of sort of double dipping, of working for Congress while going to school. So what was he doing at this? Was he able to perform the duties of these two engagements at the same time? Or was he going to school but charging Congress for the time as though he was working for the Board of Elections? That's what Santos is asking. Were you in school, Mr. Leloda, or were you working for the Board of Elections? Because if you were doing the two simultaneously in the daytime, one had to suffer, and you could not be in two places at the same time. So, which was it? Santos is not playing, he's something else. The questionable actions are: did Representative Lalota no show to his tax-pay funded job while going to school? And if so, he has potentially stolen public funds from the taxpayers of New York. I will let the Office of Congressional Ethics determine the validity of this grave allegation raised in his local media. All right, so George Santos is bringing the tea on everybody. So if George Santos knows something about somebody in Congress, we can be sure that in the days to come, he is definitely going to spill the beans on the internet. Guys, how is everybody doing this morning? Muffat! Hey! AG is here. Muffat is here. Cad is here. Card says a special election has to be held to replace him. Yes, a special election has to be held. I saw I saw something last night where they said, here it is. It says that New York Republicans have picked Massey Melissa Philip, Massey Melepa Philip to succeed George Santos. So they have indeed picked somebody who will replace him. But after they have done that picking, don't they have to do like a voting? Is it the Republicans who are going to vote, or is it the people who are going to be asked to go to the polls to vote for this person? I am not sure, guys. You all know I don't follow politics. I don't know what goes on in politics, but I just think that this one was worthy for me to come out here and chat about, because I just thought that George Santos was just absolutely bonkers when it comes to the things that he says and the things that he does. I mean, for somebody who was being held in such high regard in Congress, I am just flabbergasted at the things that he has said and done. It is crazy. But he will continue, and trust and believe me, guys, he is not going to stop, because to him, it seems to me like he takes this thing for fun and games. Hold on, I think I heard, I think I have a thing here. Let me. He lied about several key details in his experience and biography. In an interview with the New York Post, Santos confessed to what he called embellishing his resume, but insists he will serve in the next Congress. Santos confessed he had never worked directly for Goldman Sachs and Citigroup, chalking that fib up to a, quote, poor choice of words. He also admitted that he never graduated from any college, despite. Yeah, so this man is funny. He has, Plumber, what's up? How are you doing? He just lies about everything. Every single thing. How are you doing, Plumber? I wouldn't believe Santos if Santos told me that the sky was blue on a sunny day. I would not believe him, because he just takes this thing for a joke. And that is what happens when people are not adequately vetted when they are going to serve the nation. They just, roll on up in there. Now you tell me that there was nobody in Congress who was able to verify whether or not Santos was telling the truth. from the beginning. There was nobody there to verify his resume, to verify that the claims that he made on his resume were true. They waited until he was elected and he was in his office, claiming to be serving the people of the 3rd District of New York. And then all of a sudden, somebody determines that, oh, well, we should probably check his resume. Come on now, people. Come on now. Yeah. So, Plumber, what's up? How you doing? Happy Saturday morning. Is it Saturday, right? Saturday morning to you. How you doing? Good to see you, my love. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Yeah, I'm just here. We're just talking a little bit about a few pieces of news. And since we're talking about George Santos here, kind of talking about him first because the stories about him are just totally unbelievable.
Apparently aware of the inaccuracies and embellishments in the representative-elect's resume. And that topic became a running joke. Multiple insiders close to the House GOP leadership told the paper over the weekend. NBC News has attempted to reach Santos for comment overnight, but did not.
So Santos is not talking to anybody. He's not talking to anybody. But if you want to find him over there on Cameo and over there on X, that's where he's spilling all the tea over there for you all to hear and ask if the people don't love it. And young Republicans who are in his age group, they just love it. But anyway, we are going to be continuing with today's news. Plumber, what's up? Bless up yourself. How you doing, my love? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a few more minutes here. We're going to last here for a few more minutes. All right. Then I have another piece of news to bring to you all. Hmm. This one, hold on. This one is going to be shocking for those of you who have not yet seen the news. Hold on, let me show you this young kid. This. All right, me don't want to see my face right there, so. This young child right here. I'm going to tell you all a story about this kid. And I don't want to just read it from the articles. I just want to tell you all the story. So this little boy here, 10 years old. He was 10 years old. And God said, how did a Russian man allegedly fly from Europe to LA illegally without a passport or ticket? I bet he was hot. You couldn't try it being hot, but I bet that person was hot. You know what I mean? Yeah. He just walked on the plane. He just, showed his face. He just said hi to everybody and smiled nicely. And being of the the privileged complexion, he was waved right on in. Ah, certainly, certainly. He was waved right on in. You couldn't try that, sister, and please don't. But anywho, we are talking about this young boy here. This 10-year-old kid. He went with his mother to an office. His mother went into the building and left him and his sister in the vehicle. Now, this happened down there in the good old Mississippi. Yeah, in the good old Mississippi. That's where this happened. The young kid, not a young man, the kid. The kid's mom went into the place to conduct some business, and his sister was silent. The boy wanted to pee. Something as natural as wanting to pee. So he got out of the car, tried to disguise himself, tried to hide behind his mom's car just to relieve himself. A policeman saw the kid and reprimanded the kid for peeing in public. And then proceeded to call for backup, proceeded to call for backup on a 10-year-old child peeing. So here comes his comrades, four of them coming to help their colleague in a crime that involved a 10-year-old and his little rifle. A 10-year-old and his little rifle. The policeman called for backup. So this poor kid was arrested. Yes, people, don't hear me right. This poor kid and this poor little kid here, 10 years old, was arrested for using his little rifle in public and charged with some kind of public indecency, some trumped up nonsense on a 10-year-old. Okay? So here is the little kid. They put the little kid in a police car, arrest the kid, take the kid to jail for peeing in public, and to believe that a public prosecutor took on this case, took on this as a case. Instead of saying, come on, man, you see a 10-year-old relieving, a little boy is just peeing. Why you even try to bog down the justice system with this kind of foolishness? Come on now, police officer. Use your humanity for what? Use your discretion. Have some good sense. What you gonna bring a 10-year-old to precinct for? Because you saw him pee? So they arrested the kid. Okay. And then the judge, they say, a Tate County Youth Court judge handed down the sentence for 3 months probation. 3 months probation on this little kid. And they said after the child's lawyer reached an agreement with the special prosecutor, so he was handed 3 months of probation and he was ordered to write an essay about his favorite basketball star, Kobe Bryant. No, what a cockadoodle of a nonsense. No, people. You don't think they would do this to a little white boy? You don't think they would do this to a little white boy? They would not have done this to a little white boy. But this is how the system tries to demonize and criminalize children of color. Now, when you take a 10-year-old and you put him in the system as a criminal at 10 years old, for all he's doing is doing what his little rifle is supposed to do at this age, and you take him and you put him in jail and you put his name in the system, you have caused him now to distrust the police. You have caused him now to feel small within himself, like he's a bad person, like he's not worthy, that he's not worth anything. And in the future, especially becomes a teenager and his friends or his peers get wind of it, that he has already been in the pokey. Do you understand how that is going to make him feel as though he's not deserving? And that could drive him to a life of crime where he just don't care about himself, don't care about anybody, whatever happens, happens. This is how they treat our little boys. Yes, this is how the systems in America treat our little boys. Once they have put that taint on them, it's almost like they are marked for death, marked for destruction, marked for a life of crime. Because if you already put him in the system at 10 years old, it's not like he came out with one of your all kinds of rifle. Cause I bet his rifle was bigger than theirs. I bet it was, huh? I bet it was. I can assure you it probably was. Saniki, how are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Saniki, I really love your artwork. Boy, your hands are so blessed, girl. Your hands are so blessed. I love to see you using your hands to do all those different artwork, my love. Joe is here. Bless up your nice clean self. Joe, I was on I saw somebody's live yesterday. Was it God Bless TV? I was on God Bless TV live yesterday. But I was on somebody, I don't remember who. Because I was on somebody's live yesterday, Joseph, and they were asking for you. And I said, oh, where is Joseph? I forget whose live it was, but somebody was asking for you. So I wanted to tell them, Joseph is mine, all mine. So I don't understand how comes all these people out here asking where is Joseph and wanting you, like where you at? I want to tell them he's sleeping, but I just had to just say, all right, all right. But they'll be looking for you, Joseph. So you better show up and show out. You are welcome, my darling Saniki. You are welcome, my love. Yes, guys. So this little kid here we are talking about down there in the good old South, the good old Mississippi. This little boy was arrested for peeing. There wasn't a bathroom available. The little boy tried to relieve himself behind his mother's car. And that action and the stupidity of a police officer has upended this kid's life and turned his life upside down. What a shame. What a downright, low down, dirty shame. But anyway, we are going to continue. Let us continue with the reading. Oh, not with the reading. Why do I say the reading? Joyce, I'm here, still alive and well, my love. Good, good. That's how I want you to be, to stay alive and well. All right, we are going to continue. We have another news story bring that I want to bring to your attention after this little kid here. There is another piece of story that I want to talk about before I go. Because today is Saturday. Today I got a ton of things to do. I'm going to, when I get off of here, I'm going to go drop some stuff in the mail for some people and then come back and we will do something else later on. But this morning news reading is going to be just about little less than an hour. All right. So there is a video going around. There is a video going around showing a young kid. The kid can be more than maybe 14, maybe 15 or so, but clearly it's a teenager. And he is showing off one of them big guns. I told you about it the other night, but I couldn't find the video at the time. So now I'm going to show you all the videos. See the kid then? Wanna see him? Yeah. That's the kid with who I saw online with that big automatic weapon. Now, I want to say something to this kid. Your life long, but your kill is today. And them say when planting one, dead it shoot. All right? You coming out online and showing the public that you have access to this big automatic weapon is basically putting a target on your own head. You are basically saying to everybody, this is what I have. You're saying to the police, this is what I have, this is what I have access to. And I hope that they are hunting you down. so that they can get that weapon off the streets. These are the kinds of weapons that are roaming around in Jamaica and taking people's lives. I say it now and I will say it again. There is no reason for any ordinary citizen to have these kinds of weapons. These kinds of weapons are weapons of war. These are weapons for the police and the military to go to war. You know, this young man is damaged for the rest of his life anyway. He's going to follow him for the rest. Of course, yes. The little kid, I know it's the kid you are talking about. Yes, the little boy there that they arrested for peeing. Yeah, I know that, Joseph. Yeah. That is exactly what they want to happen to our little black boys. They want to break them from they are young. And this one here that is on your screen has broken himself. Those of you who did not see the video, wait, let me show you the video of this kid here and the big old gun that this kid had in his hand. Mm-hmm. You see that? Uh-huh. That's the kind of weapon what this a little pitney have in him hand. When the pitney for have his book in his hand, this pitney have this big old weapon in his hand. Weapons can't shoot by themselves. They need somebody behind the trigger. But these people, these little kids feel like they are mighty and powerful when they are behind the triggers of these big guns. And anybody is a target. And when somebody asks, like, what happened to his parents? Sometimes you don't even bring parents into this. Because do you know everything that your children are doing? No, you don't. We don't know what our children are doing. We raise them up and we hope and pray that they follow our teachings to do good and to be good and to be decent, contributing members of society. We don't raise them up to go be gunmen. And a lot of times when children are doing stuff like this, mothers have no clue. Fathers have no clue. You could be in the house swearing that your child is the best child on earth, that your child will never get into trouble. And before you know it, you see your child on TV committing horrendous crimes. You bang your belly and you weep and you bawl because you say, no, sir, I know some raise him. I could have never my pitney this. We see that happen over and over. So don't blame the parents. Sometimes the parents are to be blamed, but don't blame them all the time because sometimes they really and truly are not aware of the things that their children are engaging in. These children, they fall for peer pressure. You see, it sounds like he's talking to his peers. Because he might tell the member, I told you I have it. Yes, so clearly he probably told one of his peers that him have an automatic weapon, and weapon look brand new too. Like him have an automatic weapon. And the friend probably, just slips. Oh, lie I tell, have them the weapon. Where you forget that from? So see it now he come out and make the video to show them that he ain't lying. He ain't lying. He's showing them the proof that he indeed has that weapon at his disposal. Guys, my granny said when Platinum one did it shoot, maybe this one has just shot its last shot. All right. Everybody else in the chat, let me see who else is here. Who else is in the chat? Welcome, guys. This is Trev from Trevessence Unstoppable this morning. I am here in the chat just talking about some recent news articles and, you know, catching up with you all. Y'all didn't see me last night. I couldn't be here last night. So you all take me this morning just as I am without one plea. Right, Joe? Right, Joe? Yeah. And I want to say welcome to those of you who came into the live this morning, those of you who were in the Bible reading this morning, those of you who were in the reading of the book this morning. We read the book, the four agreements And now you are here for the news articles. I want to say welcome, Plumber. Good morning, Plumber. How are you doing? Saniki, Joseph, AG, Moffat, Cad, and everybody else who is here, guys. Thank you all so much for coming. That's where we're going to end all the news and the chattery for right now. I will see you all later on today. All right. Until next time, my friends, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters. See you all later, everybody. Day.